So today's offering is a series of questions and a sort of an exercise. So if you have a pen and paper next to you, that would be nice. But even if you don't, you can keep it in your mind and just write it down later. So what we were thinking after all of this pretty grim stuff is to go towards something that's more tangible, and that is a Venn diagram. So this Venn diagram is proposed by Ayana Elizabeth Johnson, who is a marine biologist and conservation strategist. And it's really easy. It's just 3 questions, so it's just 3 circles. And what she proposed to sort of unfreeze people, right? And to give people more options for what they could do to participate in the struggle against climate chaos is to look at these 3 things. So one of them is to ask yourself, what are you good at? What are your areas of expertise, right? What can you offer? That's the first one. Then second, what work needs doing? Are there particular climate and justice solutions that you want to focus on or that are available where you are? And 3, really important, what brings you joy or satisfaction? So what keeps you going, right? Because this is a long fight. It's gonna take our whole lives. So if we focus on these 3 things, then each and every one of us can find something that we're good at, that keeps us going, and that needs to be doing. So it can be like a lot of things. The point is to just find something in your neighborhood, something in your city or your village. Maybe it's something at work, and you can keep finding these sorts of things all the time. So obviously for me, at this point in time, for me, one of those things is doing this podcast right now. And maybe Ani and Robbie can share what would be in the Venn diagram for you.
Well, for me, I would say, this may be apparent from the fact that I am the one mostly talking on the InfoSpill segment, is that, I am a researcher. I love to work with data. I love to read papers, to interpret nice diagrams and plots and create them. So I think maybe this kind of technical knowledge is something that I can particularly bring to the climate movement, at least in my part of the world, but it's maybe lacking to some degree. Now I'm talking in radical circles, not mainstream climate movement. And also it brings me joy. So with this, I would tick the bubble 1 and bubble 3, right? It's really the bubble 2 that I've been struggling with, how to connect what I've put in bubbles 1 and 3 to what needs to be done, how the skills that I have can be put to good use, considering what are the needs of the local movement, but I don't know exactly what those are. So yeah, it's a question mark for me, bubble 2.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think what work needs doing is actually one of the most difficult ones because, climate podcasting is nice, but I don't know if it's the most urgent thing to be doing. Still, I think it's necessary. It is, but it's not something that's maybe the most urgent. But then again, I don't know if working with the most urgent thing is the smartest thing always.
Well, I would say that for me, the most important category of things to put in bubble 2 are things that help grow the movement. So I would hope that our work with the podcast does fit into that, right? But I think this is, like maybe compared to other countries in the West, movement building is even more acutely important here in like the Balkans, Eastern Europe, just because the climate movement is so small here. And yeah, I think working on this podcast does contribute in this direction, hopefully. At least this is what I tell myself.
Okay, I'm sold. I'm sold on that one.
Yeah, well, I personally think I'm the best at chatting. I like to chat. I love to chat with people. And I used to say about myself that I'm good at networking and bringing people together and make communities. So I think that's the thing I want to bring to the table, usually when it comes to any climate topics or more other social topics that I want to work on. And I think it's nice to look at this simplest thing that you can do, chat with people, because from chatting with people around and bringing them together around the same round table and actually discuss about this exactly three questions that you put in this diagram. Like you say bubble 1, 2, and 3, like what are you good at, what work needs doing, and what bring you joy. So these three together, I think if you discuss it with a collective or like a group of people, can bring way more than actually just doing it for yourself. So I would add that it's nice to do this for yourself and then bring those answers, as we do now on the podcast, to more people. And yeah, I'm not sure about how urgent, where do you start from? But yeah, bringing people together, I think, is the one little thing that we can do all.
That's true. I love that. And I want our listeners who feel like it to also share what they found out from the Venn diagram in the comments. So that's an invitation for you, dear listener. But like if you don't want to share it in the comments, do something even better and share it with your friends and your community, because that's maybe even more useful.
If you like our show, please like and subscribe to our channel and drop us a comment to let us know what you think.